guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. I am a mom of 3. I am an obsessed lover of all makeup, skincare, and luxury beauty, and a full-time Amazon warehouse manager. Today's video, we're going to be going through some of the makeup that I got at the Sephora sale, just trying some things on. I want to do this before the 30 days are up, just in case something does not work for me and I can return it. I've made the mistake many times in the past by buying a whole bunch of things at the sales and then it getting past the 30-day mark where you can send it back and get the full refund. And then I'm stuck with products that I don't like and cannot use. So this year we're going to be smart. We're going to be making a few videos because I bought a lot of stuff. And we'll be doing full face looks with all the new products. Today will be the first one. I'll probably do 3 more because I have many foundations and many different types of products that I want to try out first. So these will all be first impressions, first time using them, first time even seeing if the shades are right. So you guys will get to see with me how these all work. For the record, I do have dry, sensitive, reactive, rosacea prone skin. So I do need to be a little bit careful with what I put on it, or else I will get breakouts and rashes and it will make my rosacea flare up, which I don't want to happen. I've worked really hard on my skin to make it the way that it is right now. So let's just bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see up front what we're dealing with. Get this hair out of the way so we don't get any makeup in it. I did just wash it this morning and I've already applied all of my skincare a couple hours ago. It is now actually 4 o'clock in the afternoon and raining buckets outside. So I've already done all of my errands, did my grocery shopping. My husband is now downstairs meal prepping for the week, all of our food, and I'm up here doing this because it's the only time that I get on Sundays to do my own things. Let's start today with the eyes, which is not something that I usually do actually, but I feel like with the foundations that I'm trying, I don't want them to be wrecked by eye makeup if the new eyeshadow palette that I got happens to fall out, which I have no idea, so we'll see. I'm gonna prime my eyes as usual, just with my MAC, what is this called? My MAC paint pot in Painterly. This is how I prep my eyes for any kind of makeup, eye makeup look. So I'm not going to do it any different. I just love the way the MAC paint pot sits under eyeshadow. It just kind of evens everything out. You'll hear my children screaming downstairs like usual. It is a rainy day, so they have been kept inside. I did take them to Costco with me earlier and that was fun. Let's just set it quickly with one of the MAC individual eyeshadows in Omega. Not really a shade, it's just kind of a neutral skin tone shade just to set the paint pot. And of course they want to come upstairs right now. They haven't been upstairs all day. If your house just doesn't sound like mine and you have 3 kids, tell me your ways because I would love to hear how you make your house not sound like this. Today we're going to be trying out the Tom Ford eyeshadow palette that I got at the sale, and I got the shade 03 Nude Dip. It's a very beautiful neutral but shimmery palette. I'm going to go in first with this gray, it's like a kind of has a purple undertone, a gray purple undertone shade for all over my lid. And I've heard, oh, nothing comes off, so I'm just gonna put that kind of everywhere. And I'm using the new Singe Beauty E02 brush to do this. It's very soft, but there's not much picking up on eyelash on the product. Let's try a different brush. That one's not really laying it down very well. Let's try my Sonia G soft shader brush. dip that into that same color. Oh, I think there is a film on the first layer of this eyeshadow, because when I get past that first little layer, now you can see there's like a shiny layer underneath there. Let's try that. Okay. So it is a very nice color. It's a muted gray with definitely a purple-ish undertone in it, but I'm not hitting on it. It's really nice. Let's just get that all over. I'm trying to keep this above my crease to kind of make a fake higher crease. I do have hooded eyelids. When I look straight, you can't really see the eyeshadow. So I'm trying to bring the eyeshadow a little bit higher than where my crease is to make it look like my crease is a little bit higher than what it actually is. Give it some depth up there, just to kind of open it up a little bit more. Okay, look a little bit closer. There we go. I'm just going to take the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy 8504 brush and go into that darker brown shade and just deepen out my outer corner. These are by far my favorite eyeshadow brushes because they have ones that are super tiny for hooded eyes. And these brushes just blend the eyeshadow seamlessly along the edges. Going to take a fluffy brush from Rephr. This is the Rephr 15, and just kind of blend the edges a little bit, just so it's not so harsh right there, without trying to drag it down, because my eyes being hooded, if I get the shadow any lower than like right there, it's gonna make my eye look droopy right down. Blend it out. And right now there is a tiny bit of fallout, but nothing major. The Jaclyn Hill palette that I tried, the volume 2, was by far the worst thing I've ever put on my face. The fallout was just everywhere and it was just a powdery, ugly mess. But this is Tom Ford. I wouldn't really expect something as expensive as this and as high quality as this to have a lot of fallout. Now let's do that beautiful champagne pink color all over the inside of my lid and to the center. For that, I'm just going to use a Makeup by Mario E4 brush. Just get into that rose gold color. And again, the top layer is like hard. So I'll kind of show you. If you can see, it's kind of hard and then it gets soft actually. It gets really soft. Oh, it's really nice. So it is definitely a nice color, but you have to get past that layer. Well, that's lovely. This is a lot darker of makeup than I would wear usually, but I don't dislike it, and because the shadows are such nice quality, it doesn't look bad. Now again, these shadows are very subtle, so it doesn't really show unless you are looking pretty close, but it just looks nice. It doesn't look like, oh, she's wearing a lot of shadow today. It just looks like nice. Okay, now let's just try that lightest shade right there. Get past that top layer. Kind of wipe that off. Oh, it's very gold. Okay, let's try that. right in the center. And I will put that on my inner corner and my brow bone when we're finished. I will finish up the rest of my face and then go back and finish off the eyes. Let's just clean up a little bit with a makeup wipe just to clean off those little drops of fallout. Again, there's not very much. Okay, and just to kind of fix under my eyes, I'm going to use the Tatcha serum stick. Just add some moisture back under there because I took it off when I used the wipe. Just going to prime my skin with the Victoria Beckham moisturizing primer in the clear, the white. This is by far my favorite primer. And for the first time, we're going to try the Givenchy Prism Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. I have the shade C105. Let's hope this is the right shade. I have no idea. But it looks like, looks actually perfect. Pink undertone, which is what I need. Looks perfect to me. So I already have that on my hand. Wasn't thinking. But let's just go in with my, let's try a beauty blender actually. Try my beauty blender. And so the color is good. Let's just dab that in. Oh, it's very nice. I can already tell it's extremely glowy. You can kind of see. And I love that. It's not too glowy, it's not like a glowy skin tint. It is definitely a glowy, hydrating foundation. But I used that whole pump. It's gone and I'm not even done half my face yet. Let's cover up this pimple right there. Ooh, it's very nice. That's very, very nice. I have a really hard time finding a foundation that I love, and this is really beautiful. But I do feel like the sponge is picking up all the product. This is a rougher sponge. It's my favorite sponge, but it does soak up a lot, which is a problem sometimes. And I'm not really a full beat, full coverage kind of girl anyway, so. Oh, there's a slight scent. Not overpowering at all, but I did smell it when I was putting it on my nose. And it smells like, I don't know, I've never smelled that before. It's not like the Dior smell, and it's not a Chanel smell. It's unique and it's lovely. It's not bad at all. But if you don't like scents in your foundation, that might be a turn off for you. But this is not sticking to anything, you guys, like dry spots. This is not sticking to any dry spots. And my skin just looks really nice where I've applied it. I've already did 2 pumps though. Let's just try a brush because the sponge is taking all of my product. I'm going to use my Sonia G Jumbo Base Brush. Let's see. So this is 3 pumps, y'all, already, because that sponge just ate everything. Let's just see how the brush will do. And again, still looks beautiful. That is a really nice foundation. Oh my god. I love it. Guys, that looks so nice. It does not cling to anything, and everywhere just looks so glowing and healthy. See if we can build it up just on my cheeks right there where it's the reddest. And yes, it can. Oh, this is really nice. Can I say nice more in this video or? Okay. So I'm happy with how that looks right now. It's not full coverage by any means. I would say this is more of a solid medium coverage. It's definitely covering something, but it's not anything that I would say could be built up to full, because it can't. I do notice that when I'm trying to build it up on this cheek especially, it is kind of pulling up the product underneath. So it's not that buildable that I would say. But that first layer gave a very nice medium coverage, I would say. It's way more than a tinted moisturizer, but less than a full coverage foundation. And it's just very glowy. This is something that I would recommend for somebody with dry to normal skin or combination, but definitely not somebody with oily skin. I think they do have a matte foundation as well. And if the formula is the same, minus the glow, I think this would be perfect for you too. And sticking with the Givenchy theme, I did pick up some of the skin caring concealers of them. I couldn't decide which shade. I got N95 and C05. They're both the lightest neutral and the lightest cool shade. Let me just swatch them to compare. So this first one is N95. Oh yeah, it's very, it's very yellow. And let's try the C105. Oh yeah, that one's my color. So you can tell just by those swatches the difference. So the one on this side is the N95, definitely more yellow or neutral undertones. This is the C105, definitely more cool pink undertones. So I'm going to use the C105 today. And let's just apply this one to the back of my hand. I do not use a lot of concealer. I just don't. And for this, I'm going to use the Sonia G Jumbo Concealer Brush. I'm really into her brushes right now. Oh yeah, that's my color. Just going to put it where I have some darkness. I don't really have dark circles, but lately I've just been very underslept because I have a lot going on at work, and I do work out every single day, and I'm also on my period, so when I'm PMSing I just don't get that much sleep and I'm just extra tired. Let's just bring this over here to bring it up a little bit. This is nice too. Very, very hydrating. Oh, Givenchy. All I've ever used from them before is the powder, which I will actually use today too. Let's just go in and blend this out. I like to place it first with the concealer brush and then like blend it out and soften it with a sponge. I'm not going to set that yet until I finish the rest of my makeup, because most of my makeup are cream products that I got at the sale and I don't want to mess it all up. But that is very nice. It's very hydrating. It's not sticking or looking dry anywhere. Oh my god. Looks really nice too. Of course, the most expensive ones look good on my skin. Okay, so now that is blended out. I might actually use a little bit more just on this red guy right there. I had to break it right there. And it is pretty much gone, but let's just hide it because we can. Oh yeah, that worked perfect. Literally my perfect shade of concealer. And I always get pimples when I'm PMSing and around my nose and along here. But those ones are pretty dry. I'm not going to put this on it because it's just going to make it look more dry. Okay. I'm looking very fresh and very hydrated right now with that Givenchy foundation and the concealer. Also at the sale, which is all this stuff, I got the Merit bronzing stick in the shade Quince and the Merit highlighter in the shade Cava and the Milk Makeup Stick sculpting bronzer in sculpting stick in Toasted. Let's first go in with the bronzing stick. Oh, it's hard to open. It looks very oily and very balmy. Let's try this. Should I put it on my face or should I put it? Oh, well, we're here now. We've already committed, so let's just see. This is really like orange to me, I think. I don't think this is my color of bronzer. I like bronzers that have more of a red undertone because my skin is red. So when I'm out in the sun, if we're being realistic, when I am in the sun, the natural thing for my skin to do was to turn more red and then slightly, very slightly tan and then go back to being white. So for me to have a bronzer that is a golden, like warmer undertone, it's just not something that is not something that looks natural. And this is definitely a orangey golden bronzer. I mean, it blends out very nice. They are very, very accurate with saying it is the easiest. Look how easy that blended. And it's actually not that bad. I don't mind that at all. I wish there was a different shade though. Like, if I'm being honest, I would like there to be a different shade, more like reddish undertone and cooler. But that blended out. Like, I didn't even have to try. So the formula, A+. Color range, not the best. But again, that blends it out so nicely, you can't even really tell that it's not the right shade. See, my redness is poking through over here because of that foundation lifting up when I tried to build it. And if I try to fix it, it's just going to make it worse. So let's just try to fix it with everything else and make it look not as bad. But that was the easiest bronzer I've ever had to blend out on my face. That's incredible. And like, usually when they're this easy to blend out, they kind of just like wash away and disappear as you're doing it. But this is still very much there. And the foundation underneath is still looking nice. It's not moving anywhere. It looks still the same. Except for right here, it just looks very built up. And like, I tried to fix it, but it just couldn't. But that is the bronzer. And I'm going to keep that because I think in the summer it will look a little less unnatural because I will be a little bit tanned. Right now I am just extremely, extremely white. It is winter here. Well, it's actually just started to be spring in northern Ontario. But that was a piece of cake. Oh my god. That was very, very simple. And it kind of has a glow to it. You can kind of see the glow to the bronzer. That's really nice. I'm going to keep this. That's beautiful. Now let's try the Merit Flush Balm blush. It is in the shade Stockholm, which is just like a pinky, cool pinky color. Looks like this up close on my white skin. I don't have anything this color in my collection. And with this, I'm not going to put it on my face directly. Actually, you know, I might. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to use a sponge. I'm going to dip into it a little bit, see if anything comes off. And then let's see how the color payoff is. Oh, it's non-existent. Let's just go on the face. Let's just do this. We've committed. Let me just get a brush. I don't really know what brushes work with cream blushes. I don't really have a brush that I could use with it, actually. Let's just try the Sonia G Classic. It's kind of smaller than the foundation one, but I think it might be good for this. Let's try. Put it all over the bristles, and let's see. Oh yeah, okay. A little bit better. It is just a very, it's not really working. Show my fingers. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it's very nice. It's very rosy. And very creamy. Blends very nicely. I do like to put blush on my nose because naturally when I burn in the sun, my whole face along the middle also gets some of the sun. Oh yeah, that's very nice. It's very, again, glowy, but not sparkly, not shiny, just very glowy and hydrated looking. Let's try the other side with just my finger this time. Definitely good for fair skin. I don't think this would show up on you very well if you had anything darker than maybe one shade darker than me. But this is really nice of a formula. I believe they have a few other shades too that work for darker skin tones. This one I think is perfect for me. Just taking my Makeup Forever favorite blush brush and just seeing if I can blend it into the rest of the makeup with it. But I love that. I want to see what other shades they have. I kind of want like a more mauve-y, lighter pink shade too of this formula because it is very nice. And I don't think I would wear this bright of a blush every day considering my naturally flush skin is this color. So it's like I'm already wearing blush for free, you know? But very nice. On my nose. Just gives it a little bit of glow on the nose, you know? It looks beautiful. Okay, and finally for the, for the face, makeup, what is this called? Milk Makeup, the sculpting stick. Okay. In Toasted. The reviews for this are all over the place. Everybody who got it on YouTube, when they took the cap off, the chunk of the thing came off with it. Mine did not. Mine is perfectly intact. It looks like the perfect cool undertoned, not actually for contouring. This I feel like would be a better bronzer than a contour color for me. It's not gray enough, I don't think. But let's try. Let's just put it where I would normally contour. And this is like no product. This is 0.19 ounces for a bronzing stick. And let's just compare that to my Westman Atelier and my Makeup by Mario one, which are almost the same price. Okay. Makeup by Mario, you get 0.37 ounces. And the Westman Atelier, you get 0.21 ounces. So both are over 2 times the amount of product as the Milk Makeup one. Look how tiny that is. It's so tiny. It looks like it would be a sample. And I remember when this first came out, when they had the bronzer sticks and the blush sticks, they were enormous. They were these fat jumbo sticks that you were like worth the money because there were so much product in them. I think they kind of caught on that they were selling them for a lot less than they could. but this is like less than half of every other contour stick. But anyway, let's just try. That's kind of, oh, it is a very, actually it does look a lot more gray undertoned on the skin than it did on my hand. I'm not sure how fast it takes to blend out, but let's just try to set, I mean. I have my little hairs in the way. It does blend nicely once I can get my hair out of the way. Man. You can see that it does give a nice shadow. I would like something a little more gray. Like this is still a little too warm for me to really be a true contour color. But it's not bad. Let's try this side. Let's try a little bit more on this side. Okay. I'm just gonna switch brushes. I'm gonna go in with the classic base again. And just kind of tap. This is much better. The other brush was the Jacqueline by Morphe brush, the JH05. It kept shedding into my face and not really blending it very well. So now I'm using the Sonia G classic base again, like I did with the blush attempt, and this is much better. Oh yeah, much better. And it looks a little better on this side without having to use that other crappy brush. My hair. That hair from that brush, not good. But yes, that's what that looks like. I don't hate it at all. It blends it out very nicely. It doesn't look patchy. It looks very, it's not matte, but it's not glowy. Let's just put some on my forehead. But it's so tiny for what you get. So tiny. Let's just make my face look like it's smaller than what it is. Okay. The formula is really, really good though. I can tell because it's blending out like nothing. I mean, that Merit bronzer stick blended out a little bit better, but this is just as good. Oh yeah. Very, very, very nice. Good finds. I'll be keeping this as well. And I'll just complain about how small it is every so often. But then go ahead to use it because it's worth it, I guess. Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful lady. Let's try to do some on my nose, but kind of hard because the end is so big. Let's try. Okay, let's just take a smaller brush to blend this out without moving it, which is hard because the line is a little bit thicker than really what it should be. But again, blend it out like a dream. Bring that up to my eyebrow. Just blend it in a little bit. and the tip. Okay. All these products so far, except for the darker concealer, which is not the product's fault, it's my fault, are fantastic. And I'm so glad that I watch reviews for weeks leading up to the sale to figure out what shade I would be, what I would like, what's good for my skin conditions, my skin tone, my skin type. I research and I read everything that I can find about the products that I'm looking at before I buy them. Just so in case I can't return them, that they work for me. But that's all that bronzer stick, that contour stick, and that blush thing. Beautiful. Very, very, very happy so far. Lastly, for the face, let's use the Merit highlighter stick. This is in the shade Cava. It is the champagne-y, yeah, I guess that's the best way you can call it. Champagne-y. It's right there beside, you can't really see it actually because it's kind of, there it is. Right there beside the contour stick. Just very champagne-y. Let's just put it on my face. And I've heard this is lovely from even those who have oily skin. Just very natural, very dewy, and perfect actually. Not sure if you can see that. Oh, yeah. Love this too. This actually kind of reminds me of the Chanel. Where is it? Reminds me of this Chanel one that I have. The Chanel, what are these called? Multi-sticks. This is the sculpting shade, Balm Essence. The shade is kind of similar actually. Kind of. This one is has a little more gold, but they both have that same kind of champagne-y undertone. This has more silver and this is more gold, but the same kind of texture and the same subtleness. Both beautiful. I think the Merit one is half the price and you probably get more with it too actually. This has 0.14 ounces and the Chanel one has 0.23. So you actually get double with the Chanel one. Who knew? For double the price. So there you go. But this you can definitely build up. It's very subtle, but you know it's there because it is like just like a nice sheen. Put it on my nose and right in the middle of where the contour was. Let's try my lip. Oh yeah, very nice on the lip. Oh. Loving this too. And up close, it looks very natural, just very like glow from within. Very nice. Love that. Okay. So now that my face is done, I'm just going to set my under eyes. I'm just going to get a beauty blender. Actually, I have no creasing. Oh, a little bit. Tiny bit of creasing, which is normal. Every eye and every concealer is going to crease. If something does not crease on you, it's because you've like hardcore baked under your eye. And it probably looks really dry and creepy and probably doesn't even look good. So I would rather a little bit of creasing to avoid that thick cakey look. Let's do that. And actually, I'm not even going to set under my eyes because it does look very nice. It's not really like making creases. I had one line and like one line, but I can fix that throughout the day if I wanted to. But I'm not going to set. What I am going to do is just set right here, just under here, just to kind of define that contour line a little bit more. And with that, I'm just going to use, for that, I'm just going to use my Giorgio Armani Compact in the lightest shade. Take some on a puff and just stamp out where I want it to be sharpened, which is right there. And just, I think this is just a powder foundation, so it sets really well on top of anything that I use. But just there. I don't have prominent cheekbones to begin with, but this just kind of gives the illusion. Oh yeah. Set a little bit on my chin. Any shine. Nothing else needs to be set. The foundation is not setting anywhere, like settling anywhere. I look hydrated and perfectly normal all over. No dry patches, no like overly shiny spots. Maybe I will set just around my nose where I do tend to get the most, I guess, breaking, because I do get really sweaty when I'm working at work. So I'll set right there. And perfect. Okay. Loving everything. I'm kind of disappointed because I was hoping I could send back some of this stuff because I got so many things from the sale and I spent so much money. I was hoping some of it would be like, I don't really like it, but I love everything so far. I don't love the Tom Ford eyeshadow, but I don't hate it and I feel like I would use it, so I'm going to keep it. Plus it's Tom Ford. It's my first Tom Ford eyeshadows palette, so I kind of want to keep it just to have like something to reference if somebody ever asks if it compared to a different color on a different palette. So I will keep that. So I'm just going to set my face before I go and fix the rest of my eyes, and for that I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I got this from the sale. I wasn't sure if I'd like it. I haven't used it yet. Let's just see. It does have a scent which I don't like, but let's just spray my face. Oh, it smells good. It doesn't smell bad. It actually smells pretty good. But again, with my sensitive skin, and I know this does not have alcohol. I'm pretty sure one of their claims is that they do not have any alcohol in it. So let's just see if that is true. But that actually it makes it look pretty glowy. Even more glowy. The highlighter on my upper lip, I never do that. Never, ever, ever. But that looks really nice. It makes my upper lip look a little more plump. My face looks so good right now and so healthy. And I love every single thing that I have used today. Okay, I'm just going to take that dark brown shade again and go on my lower lash line. For that, I'm just going to use the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH39 small brush right here. And just dab a little bit into that brown. I'm just going to get close to my mirror so I can see. And just go along the lower lash line. I'm not going any farther than halfway, because it will make my eyes look smaller and like more droopy. So I'm just going to keep it on the outer half. I'm going to connect it to where the outside of the eyeshadow on the top. It's not going to be very noticeable, but it's going to just bring it together. And I feel like doing this along the lower lash line kind of fills in that tiny little line that we have, that wrinkle that we have, I think, that everybody has, just below where your lashes are. So if you do this, it kind of hides that line a little bit. So even if your concealer was to set, it won't anymore because the eyeshadow is there. That's usually why I don't tend to set my under eyes very often, because I'd rather just do little things to make it better than have more product put there and end up looking dry and cakey. So already, that makes a difference that I feel. I did that without poking myself in the eye, which never happens. I'm just having a really good product and makeup moment. Everything's just working really, really well. Usually I poke myself in the eye tons of times doing this part because I just can't figure it out. You really have to dig into these eyeshadows though. They're not like pigmented very much unless you really get in there. Okay. Let's attach that again to over here. I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more and then we're gonna be done with that. Again, going over that tiny little line, kind of just camouflaging it with eyeshadow and covering any area that the concealer usually creases on me. Love that. I love how that looks. Okay, before I get carried away and just keep going, let's stop. Let's just wipe off the brush. Just gonna take that light color again and put it on my inner corner. I'm going to use another one of the small JH brushes. I have 3 of them. I like small brushes like this. I don't like big brushes because my eyes are so small. They just do not work. Just put this right there. Again, not much pigment, but that showed right there. And I'll put it right there. Tiny little bit. Okay, and then I did pick up the Haus Labs. Where is it? The Haus Labs eyeliner in the white color. It has like a little brush on the one end. I'm not sure what that's for. I would never actually use that. But then the white. So I'm gonna do just inside my waterline, just halfway. This works really well too. Doesn't do much, but it gives like a slight brightness, like very, very minimal. But you can still tell that I put something there, so I can tell that it's there. But I don't mind this one at all. I actually really love her eyeliners. Have really good color payoff and really good pigment to them. I like her formula for those. And then for mascara, I did get the Tower 28 mascara. So we are just going to curl my lashes first and then apply that. I got the Sephora brand of these things because my Shiseido ones broke. I dropped them and they must have hit on like a weird angle and broke. So I got these ones thinking they'd be just as good. They're not just as good. I ordered the Shiseido ones yesterday because the padding on this one is just too thick, so you can't really get a tight curl with it. But it's fine for what it is. Let's try this mascara for the first time. It's a very teeny tiny wand. Not something that I would usually use, but I've heard really good things about it. Oh, it is very lengthening. Is this a tubing mascara? I don't think so. I've never tried one before, but I don't know how to tell. Oh, it is really nice. It's very separating of the lashes, which I like, and very elongating. Not much volume, but I wouldn't expect that with this kind of brush, but oh, it is really nice. Now I get all the hype about all of these products because the hype is deserved. Loving everything. Everything looks so good. So happy. I'm like relieved that I picked good things Got things that worked for my skin type, good for my skin tone, blended beautifully. Lastly is just lips. I got my first real lip liner from Sephora. I got the Mario by Mario brand. And what's the shade of this? I don't even know. Johny. I don't know. It's just like a nice pink color. I don't ever line my lips because I don't really know how to. But I like the way it looks on other people. So let's try to get good at that. Very nice color. It actually matches my lips like perfectly. It's kind of like slightly darker, but like makes them look like more plump because the lines are like darker. Oh, I love this color. This is really nice. And I don't wear lipstick. I will not buy lipstick because I will not wear it. I don't like my lips to feel like dry and heavy and sticky, so I just wear lip oils, lip glosses, lip butters. But I really wanted liners to give my lips some kind of color before I put the gloss on top of it. And this is perfect. Love that. I think I'm gonna get more of the colors of this. That applied really nicely. And then lastly, I got one of the Dior lip glow oils in the shade Rosewood. This was a repurchase. I already used one of these up. This is a repurchase of this one. And I actually have the peach one coming in the mail, probably tomorrow. And then I ordered the Merit, what do they call it? The jelly oils. Did not like them. Just felt sticky and like cheap. I sent those ones back. But the Dior ones I love. They're a little bit thicker, but they actually are hydrating. So I like this shade a lot. This is, I think, my third one of this shade. And I have one in my purse as well that I wear at work. And I also just yesterday ordered the Clarins lip oil. I have a cold sore coming up right there. Lovely. Thank you, period. I think that's it. I'm gonna apply the highlighter to my lip again because I loved how that looked. That's right there. Love how that looks. That looks so beautiful. I think that we are done. We got everything covered for today. Next time will be all new products, but again, all first impressions and all stuff that I got from the sale, but something new from each category. I got a whole bunch of shit, okay? I need to figure out what I can keep and what I can't, because I can't keep it all. I can if I want to, but I shouldn't keep it all because that's irresponsible. But that is it for today's look. But I am so happy with everything that I got. I love everything. My face looks so healthy and so naturally glowing and like clean. Whenever I have makeup like this on, my husband says I look very clean. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look messy, it looks just very tidy and very well put together. And all these products were very, very good for my dry skin. Nothing has reacted so far. If I was allergic to it, I would already be getting rashes and feel really hot right now, like I did with the Ilia skin tint. Right away, I just felt really hot and itchy, and this time my face just feels light. Okay. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you love these products just as much as I do, please let me know below. If you have any of these things and you also love them as much as I did trying them on for the first time today, let me know as well. Anything that you think that I would like based on me loving these items so much, let me know below some recommendations that you might have for me so I can try them out as well, because I love trying new things. I don't know what really to try because I haven't tried very much, but I'm learning and researching and watching and trying to like make good choices based on what would work for me. So if you have some ideas, let me know below and I'll for sure let you know if they work for me and if I love them like you do. Have a great week, you guys. I will see you in my next video. Thank you again so much for watching. Bye.